I'm Ryan Wimpy. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business, and I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I'm not using and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up my good friend Ryan Wimpy, and his dog, Odin. This dog has the ability to eat me, so I'm sort of concerned. I'll pass the mic to you. And Odin, you can have your own mic if you want, whatever you want, Odin. Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of Odin.
Hi, I'm Ryan Wimpy.
And I'm Rachel Wimpy, and the name of our business is Tip Top Canine.
Our business is a dog training business. We help people with behavioral issues and teach their dog how to listen. When I was learning to become a dog trainer, we didn't learn anything about internet marketing or advertising or anything at all. Just dog training. And that's what's so great about working with Clay and his team, because they do it all for us.
So that we can focus on our passion, and that's training dogs. Clay and his team here, they're so enthusiastic. Their energy is off the charts. Never a dull moment here at Thrive.
We've been working with Clay and his team for the last 5 months, 2 of which have been our biggest months ever. 1, our biggest gross by 35%. Clay's helped us make anything from brochures to stickers, new business cards, new logos, scripts for phones, script for email, script for text message, scripting for everything.
How I would describe the weekly meetings with Clay and his team are awesome. They're so effective. It's worth every minute. Things get done. We'll ask for things like different flyers, and they're done before our hour is up. So it's just awesome, extremely effective.
If you don't use Clay and his team, you're probably going to be pulling your hair out, or you're going to spend half of your time trying to figure out the online marketing game and producing your own flyers and marketing materials, print materials, all the stuff like that. You're really losing a lot as far as lost productivity and lost time. Not having a professional do it, it has a real sense of urgency and that actually knows what they're doing when you already have something that's your core focus that you already know how to do.
You would also be missing out with all the time and financial freedom that you would have working with Clay and his team.
We would recommend Clay and his team to other business owners because they need to be working on their business, not just trying to figure out the online game, which is complex and changing daily. So no one has a marketing team too. Most people don't. They can't afford one, and their local web guy or a local person that they know probably can't do everything that a whole team and a whole floor of people can do in hours and not just weeks or months. There's a definite sense of urgency with Clay and his team. I used to have to ride other web people, really ride them to get stuff done, and stuff is done so fast here, and there's a real sense of urgency to get it done.
My name is Rachel Wimpy, and I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've learned so much. My head, I feel like, is about to explode. But a lot that I've taken away from it is the working on your business instead of in your business, because I have the tendency to just want to do it all myself. And that's one thing that Clay really teaches, is to have systems in place that you don't have to be there running it, and your business can actually run without you. It's just awesome. It's like a entrepreneur playground. It's amazing here. So it's really awesome. A fun atmosphere, lots of cool stuff, lots of fun quotes. It's just a really cool place to be. Clay's presentation and his style is so different than most. It's been really one-on-one. He takes the time to just kind of answer your questions about your business rather than just a generic answer. He'll personalize it for different people's businesses, because everybody's is different, but at the same time you implement those very same systems that he's discovered throughout all of the businesses he's ran, and it's just a lot of good information, really good presentation. If you don't come, you're just going to be missing out on so much actually applicable, knowledge that's applicable rather than just accounting information. It's very hands-on. The Thrive 15 conference has been great because there is no real upsell. He's not pushing anything down our throats. I've gone to different conferences before where my husband and I have been upsold over and over and over and over again, and they've just been pushing that down our throats, and it's you know how it is. It's annoying, and so there's none of that here. It's been really nice. Most business conferences are very, very expensive, and to just go and then get upsold again to spend even more money. This one's very affordable. It's definitely worth it. It'll completely change your mindset. It'll change your life. It's definitely worth it.
James, on today's show, I want to tell you a story about two great entrepreneurs, both of which we're going to feature on today's show. One is the great entrepreneur behind the company called BunkyLife.com, and the second is the entrepreneur behind TipTopCanine.com, TipTopCanine.com. And when I say what makes a great entrepreneur, let me just tell you what I believe makes a great entrepreneur. It's somebody who has the curiosity needed to say, you know what, I don't know what I need to do to grow. I don't know what I need to do to grow, but I've got a curiosity to figure that out. And the curious entrepreneur is the one that is always the most successful. It's the curious entrepreneur. So let me give you an example. Today's the founder of BunkyLife.com who's on today's show. When he started BunkyLife.com, he had an idea of what he thought customers might want. He had an idea of what he thought customers might want. But at the end of the day, he had to ask people, do you like this? Do you like that? Is this the right size? Could I make it bigger? Could I make it smaller? He had to have that kind of curiosity to learn from those customers. And when you talk about Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, he had to get to a place and say, you know what? I went to business college. I've taken 9 years of my life since business college. I clearly am not implementing what I learned in college, or it's not being beneficial to me and my career. So I need to reach out to somebody who knows what they're doing. And now, without any further ado, folks, we're going to interview now the founder of BunkyLife.com, David Frazier. Welcome to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So I got to ask this real quick here. So the curiosity thing, I want to get your just initial take on that idea. You're always the guy who's very curious about what your customers like and what your customers don't like. Can you talk to me about how curiosity helped you to start BunkyLife.com?
So what I thought people would love the Bunkies for, they didn't end up loving them for. I bought a Bunky and made a Bunky for myself, and I rented them out on Airbnb. And some people do that, but the vast majority of people don't do that. They use it for a completely different thing I couldn't predict. And so if I wasn't curious, I wouldn't have figured that out. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think, James, though, like when you talk to buyers who want a ticket for our conference, why do you ask people how they heard about us?
We want to know what show they're watching to see how they found out about us, so we could do more of that kind of marketing.
And I'm sure you found out that there are certain people that never listen to any particular shows at all. There's certain people that never, ever, ever listen to certain shows.
Right.
And then you find probably what? 10% of people listen to this show, 10% of the buyers listen to that show. But if you didn't ask people those questions and you just talked at people, what would happen over time?
we wouldn't know where to market for the conference at.
Yeah, so let's talk about this here. So David, again, the curiosity. So I want to walk people through my journey, and then I want to get your reaction to it here. When I built a company called Epic Photography, epicphotos.com, here's what I knew. I knew a guy named Derek. And I met Derek because Derek had a booth next to mine. So let me pull it up here. So this is a true story. So I had a booth next to Derek at a trade show multiple times. And I knew there was a guy named Derek. I won't mention his last name for today's show. And Derek noticed that my booth at DJ Connection was bumping. My company, DJ Connection, we were having a massively full booth every single event we went to. And he looked at me and he says, man, how do you do that? How do you create that sort of energy? I'll see if I can find an image of it here. So he says, how do you create, this is what a trade show looks like. This wasn't our Epic booth, but it's like, how do you create an environment that people want to come to? How do you do it? And he had that curiosity to ask me the question, because my booth at djconnection.com was rocking and his trade show was not full at all. I said, well, there's a couple things you have to do. And he says, well, what do I need to do? And I said, well, one, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't have any chairs in your booth. And he says, no chairs? I said, no, you can't have a chair. He said, why can't I have a chair? I said, because the chair leads to despair and makes people think you don't care. So again, I'm not saying you're a trade expert, but a trade show expert. But I want to get your thoughts on this, David Fraser. You as a consumer at a trade show, why is that not the look to have a bunch of people in a booth all sitting down?
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a trade show expert, but I definitely never had chairs up with trade booths in my other business. And so if you have a chair, people are going to sit in the chair, and it's going to be the people that are supposed to be engaging with prospective clients or prospective customers. So yeah, get rid of the chairs right away is a great piece of advice, because a standing person is an engaging person. A sitting person is something that just doesn't grab you. It doesn't grab your attention at all.
It's so powerful. And then these are just little moves. I'm gonna pull up a picture of our actual trade show so you can see this. But if Derek hadn't asked, if he hadn't said, Clay, how do you make your booth boom? So I said, here's the move. Here's the move. We're gonna set up five bistro tables. Now, James, this is good teaching for you, okay? Got 5 bistro tables. Now, this right here, this line of demarcation, this is like there's 80 booths at this trade show. Now, James, could you please explain to me why the back half of my booth was the tallest booth at the trade show? Please explain that to me.
So people are always looking up and they could see what's there and they want to see what it is.
There it is. So I was at the tallest booth, okay? Then I had 5 bistro tables. There's no chairs, okay? And the first person, they're the point person at the trade show. By the way, if you're out there, folks, and you want to make an unbelievable trade show, this is how you do it. So the point person says, hi, would you like a chance to win a trip to Hawaii, or do you need wedding photography? That's a broad statement. That's a big net. Now, when you ask people, hey, are you at a bridal show, by the way, at a bridal show, not a boat show, a bridal show, and you say, hey, would you like a chance to win a trip to Hawaii, or do you need wedding photography for your wedding? James, what percentage of people do you think say yes?
At a wedding, a bridal show,
at a bridal show,
like 80%, maybe even 90% of people.
It's a large number, about 80%. Okay. And then we say, well, hey, do you know what date you're looking at? And if the bride said, yes, we do have a date picked out, we would talk to them. If they said no, we would say, oh, well, here's the flyer. But if they had a date picked out, if they already knew the date, we would say, okay, well, let me walk you back here. And we'd walk them back to this table. We'd say, let me walk you back here. And that way, one of our teammates can just tell you, take 30 seconds to tell you how you can win the giveaway. All right.
All right.
And so why do we tell somebody, we'll have one of our teammates walk you back, and it'll just take 30 seconds for them to explain to you how to get registered for the giveaway? Why would we say 30 seconds there, James?
So they know it's not going to waste their time.
Yes. And then they're back there and we say, All right, so you got this date. What day is it? June, whatever. Okay. And what venue? They tell us, and we'd say, hey, the way it works is if you schedule your bridal session or your engagement session today, it's 100% free, no obligation. Okay. So you can try it before you buy it. And just for scheduling that, you're entered in for a chance to win a dream trip to Hawaii or whatever destination. Now, David, why do you think that move was so successful year after year after year after year after year?
Because it's a no-brainer offer, Clay. How can you say no to that kind of an offer?
Oh my gosh. If there's any pushback at all, we would say, well, there's only going to be about 400 bridals that we're even going to schedule. So you have like a 1 in 400 chance of winning a trip to Hawaii. So it's a move. It's a move. It's a move. Meanwhile, Derek, though, the photographer, he's like, dude, you are killing the game. Now, he's not in my booth. He's just looking around going, you have a line of like 20 people at your booth at all times. Nobody's in my booth. So I talked to Derek, curiosity. I said, well, Derek, wedding photography, how much money do you make per wedding? He says, well, I pull back a couple $1,000s per wedding. He says, how many weddings do you do a year? I said, we do 4,000, 80 weddings a weekend. And he says, you do 4,000 weddings a week? Dude, how do you even sleep? I'm doing like 50 a year. That's crazy. I said, well, it's a system. So I said to Derek, this was the pitch. This is how this company started. I said, what if you teach my team how to do photography and I'll pay you 5% of the gross revenue for 5 years? And all you have to do is whenever I want to train my team how to do wedding photography, I'll ship them down to Dallas and you can teach them. Now, David, why is that a move for me at that moment to have asked a photographer, hey, again, this is at a Dallas wedding show. I said, what if you were to teach my Tulsa guys, people that and again, I didn't have a photography company at the time. I just said, what if you teach random people that I hire and I'll pay you 5% of the gross revenue to teach them photography? Why was that a move?
Because if I recall the story correctly, you didn't actually know how to take photos at that point. You just know how to take maybe half engagement photos for free. Yeah.
Now, this is what's crazy. So he says, that sounds like a great deal. So we dropped the contract, dropped the agreement. This company, Epic Photos, is born. Now, this is where it gets funny. This gets hilarious. So I said, well, let's send our guys down. So we drive on down to Texas. I won't mention his last name. I drive on down to Texas. Our team goes down to Texas to meet Derek. And I get there the day before because I want to make sure that the training is next level. I want to make sure that people are engaged. I want to make sure our people are fired up. And I said to him, now, again, technology's changed over time. I don't own Epic Photos anymore. This is just a story that happens to be true that took place over a decade ago. And I said, all right, so what are you going to teach the people? And he says, Clay, I'm going to tell you a couple things. And David, you'll love this. He says, on the Canon cameras, you want the Canon ones, the Mach 2, I think it was. If you'll switch that thing to auto mode, you just turn that dial to auto mode, then really you don't have to do anything else. And what you're going to do is I do a philosophy that I feel good about. It's called spray and pray. So I just take the photos and I begin spraying and praying and just taking tons of photos. And I say fun stuff like, okay, and I have a checklist of all the photos we're going to get. So like, hey, look, bride, let's get one of you and the groom, all the bridesmaids, all the groomsmen. Okay. And then no one's smiling. And I'm like, okay, guys, picture yourself naked. And if no one smiles, picture me naked. If no one smiles, I'm going to get naked right now until you smile. And you just constantly, and so what you do is you hire high octane people that could borderline be a carny, just fun people. And then they just spray and pray and then have a second photographer with you who also sprays and prays. And I said, you mean you're going to tell my team that you spray and pray? He said, no. You also have to wear like photography gear. Like I like to look like I'm a member of National Geographic. I like to wear like a vest thing with all these different things in it. And I like to carry a lot of gear. And I go, what do you do with it? Nothing really. But the point is, it looks awesome. I might have different flashes that look impressive. But at the end of the day, you just spray and pray. And I said, so you mean you're going to take the next 2 days telling my team spray and pray? He goes, well, there's a checklist of all the shoots you get. So when you meet with the bride and the groom before they pay you, you say, what, do you want this photo or not? Do you want one of the bride and the groom kissing? Yes or no? Do you want the bride seeing the groom for the first time? Yes. Do you want the groom seeing the bride for the first time? Yes. Okay. If you want both of those at the same time, you need 2 photographers. Okay, great. What time does it start? And you just have a checklist. And so anyway, we're building this and he's surprised. He's blown away that I'm going to start a wedding photography company with no knowledge of photography. And I'm blown away that he has no knowledge of photography and then he just sprays and prays. But at the end of the day, it started with curiosity because David, I said, how'd you get started? And the story was something like, well, I was at a wedding and noticed that the photographer seemed to be just taking a bunch of photos and running around having a good time, eating a lot of food from the buffet. And I thought I could do that. I mean, the curiosity there, David, is just not there for a lot of people. Very few people have that curiosity. Why is that?
No, I don't really know. I guess just people get comfortable and they don't ever think outside their little circle of whatever is comfortable for them.
But I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, have thought about, I want to build a bolt-on bedroom, a cabin or something. A lot of people have had the thought, I bet those wedding photographers get paid. Must be nice. However, what I do, which is mind-boggling for people, and I know it's probably mind-boggling for people that know you, I actually do something. Rather than saying, must be nice, I think to myself, I could do that. And I did that very well. Before I sold the company, we were doing just, I don't know how many weddings a year, like maybe 1,000 weddings a year. And let me tell people the secret. I paid myself off the top. What do you mean you paid yourself off the top? I mean, if we did a wedding package for $2,000, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I paid myself something like 10% off the top, So you say, you paid yourself 10% off the top? Yeah, so it's like $200 a wedding, You're like, well, how many weddings were you doing? I don't know, 10 a week, 20 a week. Really? So you're making $4,000 a week with no knowledge of photography? Yeah. But the thing I had a knowledge of, a curiosity for, Dave, is where does the bride go to book their wedding? So again, more teaching. So if you're a bride, where are you going to go? So David, every bride, they're going to go to 3 places. Back in the day, maybe it's different now, but they would go to the bridal shows. That was 1. So you got to get the booth at the bridal show. 2, they're going to go on the knot.com or Wedding Wire, these third-party wedding registration sites. And the 3rd is they're going to go to Google. So I thought to myself, I should probably be in all those places and offer a no-brainer. And David, I got so much hate from the photography community because I refused to become a member of the association. I refused to pay my dues. I refused to even acknowledge their physical presence when at the same trade show. And it bothered them because, David, people with degrees who had gone to film school, photography school, they couldn't get a booking. And I was killing the game. And I said, we'll beat anyone's price. Free bridals and engagements. Try it before you buy it. You get a chance to win a trip to a dream vacation. David, and all the photographers got pissed instead of asking the question, what can we do to beat this guy? Why is that?
Well, so in every single industry, what you find is everybody is about this narrow in what they do, and everybody's doing about plus or minus 10% of each other. And when someone comes from outside the industry and goes, "Let's try this new crazy idea," it can just blow up the entire industry and tick everybody off. But like what I'm sure happened is people adapted to the reality of epic photography being in their thing, and I bet you they probably upped their game at the trade shows, right? Or maybe it took them 6 months.
Well, what's interesting, this is just real. This is real. I'm not just saying this for puffery. I mean, being very real. Most of the photographers never did figure it out. And they would just get
really.
Oh, yeah. And I won't mention the name of the company, but right now we have a trade show we're at right now for one of our clients. And we've got a couple of our teammates that are at the trade show right now. And the competition is so pissed. And let me tell you my secret move I'm doing. Secret for anybody out there listening, don't share this with anybody except for everybody you know. Just keep it between you and me, and then the people you share it with, tell them to keep it private between their closest 10 friends, and then we'll just keep it secret. Okay, we'll keep it virally secret. This is the thing. We're at the trade show and we say, hey, if you come in and get a demonstration of the product that we provide, if you come in and get a demonstration, so we're going to show you what we do, and if you'll leave a review about the demonstration today, you are entered in for a chance to win a trip to Hawaii. And why won't anybody else do that move? David, we're sitting there doing that move all day. People are gathering around going, oh my gosh, this guy's so busy. They're on fire. And we had a person yesterday come up to us and cry. A competitor cried at the booth. They cried. They cried at the booth. Come on. And again, we're in different industries now. I mean, we're in the home building industry. We're in the home remodeling business. And could you imagine being at a trade show where you're trying to pitch your home remodeling services and the competitor comes up to you and I mean, wow, to be an adult and to cry at another adult because they're taking all the business? What is that, Dave? What is it? Why would someone cry? Why wouldn't they just ask, why are they dominating? What is that?
I don't know. I guess people are just emotional. Maybe they're eating too much soy. I don't know what the deal is with the crying.
But seriously, I want to ask you, why is that?
Well, I can't speculate on that particular guy, but I mean, it's just so much easier to try to manipulate people and to stop doing. Like, man, what I can say is like we've got people that come and compete with us, and God bless them. I mean, I wish them all the best. But instead of being like, "Hey, can I take you out for coffee? Can I buy you supper? Can I pick your brain?" They just kind of do crappier, horrible knockoff versions of everything we do. And I always think, why wouldn't you just talk to me? Because it's not like most of the stuff that you do, you can't really do it and keep it secret. You gotta, if you're gonna advertise, you gotta kind of advertise your advertising. And but yet people just don't want to, like you said, be curious and ask questions. And
Now,
that's when it ends up in tears.
now another thing people always ask me to be about being successful as an entrepreneur. They always say, "What does it take?" I always tell people, "Well, whatever it takes." And they, what? They go, "So what does it take?" I said, "Well, it takes whatever it takes." So here we are at this trade show. Again, I go back to these trade shows. They're so fun. We're at a trade show in Oklahoma City. True story. We're at the trade show, and I think I sent 3 people to the trade show. We got 3 people there, and I pay my staff, hey, $5, per appointment you set, or $5 per whatever the action is I'm looking for. $5 per appointment you set, or $5 per survey you take, or whatever the action is I'm looking for. And so I've got people in my booth making like $1,500 a day. I got people making like $2,000 a day. I got people making $500 a day. And my competitors, I mean, I talk to the other booth people. I talk to booth people. I say, "Hey, booth people, how you doing?" Like, "It's kind of slow, man. You guys look packed." And I just love to ask these questions just to mess with people because it's hilarious to me. Like, why do you think you're slow today? Well, the traffic out here in Oklahoma City, I tell you, the weather right now, this time of year, the weather, you got the snow, you got people probably all beat up from the Christmas vacation, people trying to recoup a new year, people probably at the gym, people probably in Florida, people, I'm thinking, my booth is busy and I'm 8 feet away from you, but I continue this, and I go, "So are you guys making any connections?" "No." And they're sitting down the whole time they're talking to me. "Nah, we're just passing out brochures here, just getting our word out there." What? You're getting your name out there? You're getting the word out there? I just want to get your thoughts on this idea. Why is it that people can just sit there and look at the meteoric growth of something like Bunky Life, or look at the success of a very successful company and just look at it and not have curiosity as to how you did it? I mean, the only people that listen to our show are curious entrepreneurs, but what is it, David, that makes that dormant mind?
Well, okay. So one thing I want to point out about your story there. So the lesson that you can take away from that is, okay, you incentivized the action you wanted, and there was a reason that people wanted to do it because they wanted to make the $5 or whatever, right? I bet you booth sitter guys probably don't own the company, and I bet you booth sitter guys aren't incentivized to do anything. I'm willing to put money on that bet.
100%. What you just said is the most profound, true thing you could have possibly said. It's 100% correct. And so we think about this for a second. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Bunky Life. We're going to transition for a minute. You reached out to us about, I want to say about a year ago, maybe it was ish.
Yep.
And since that time, it has just been an honor to work with you. It's been exciting to work with you. But I mean, have you had some growth? Are you making some more profit? Are things working?
Yeah, so we've grown from $0 sold in the United States pretty much to, I think, about 500,000 last year, maybe 450,000.
Wow.
We also grew our Canadian business a fair bit. And then, of course, our profit probably tripled, I would say. I can't give you all the credit, but I'll give you 80% of that credit.
And I don't want all that credit. I guess what I'm just saying is, in my life, as an example, I'm building a cabin right now, okay, in Arkansas. I've never built a cabin in Arkansas. Frankly, I've never been to Arkansas very much at all. But it occurred to me, you know what? I would like to sit and look at a mountain on a weekend, and when I'm not there, I want to rent it out. So I reached out to a guy who lives in Arkansas. I said, "Dude, how did you find your property?" He says, I found it this way. I said, "Would you sell me the property next to your property?" It backs up to 2 million acres of national forest. He says, "I will sell it to you." And I said, "Okay." So my wife and I drove 3.5 hours. We bought the land. We bought the property. We started building the compound. It's happening. It's not like it's a mythological, confusing, but then I met a guy this past weekend. I reconnected with a guy this past weekend that I've known for years. And he says to me, "How did you get in the vacation rental business?" I reached out to somebody I knew who was in the game, asked them how to do it. And David, over my career, I've paid people. I've paid accountants. I do pay accountants. I pay my accountant about $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. I pay my attorney about $3,000 to $4,000 a month just for the business operations. And people say, why would you be willing to pay $4,000 a month ongoing to your accountant, to your attorney? Because I'm curious as to what makes success possible. And I just think it's like, hopefully I'm encouraging somebody or agitating somebody that you too could be the next, bunkylife.com success story. You too could be the next epic photography. You too could be the next, whatever it is. It's really not that challenging. You just have to be curious. So I'm curious here, sir. What's the hot special you're offering right now at bunkylife.com?
Oh, check it out. It's our epic winter sale, up to $2,000 off. It's our biggest sale of the year. It's on until February 6th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can ship all across Canada, all across the USA. And check that out on bunkylife.com. You can check out the winter sale, and it's epic. And the move we just did was we gave a bunkie away. We actually wrapped that up 2 nights ago, and it was fantastic. Huge, awesome night.
And I want to make sure I'm clarifying a couple things here. I'll make sure there's no hyperbole coming from me here. So one, you got this special. The special wraps up when there, sir?
On Tuesday, February 6th.
And again, I'm taking notes here, James. You know I am. I like to document everything. Are you saying that you have tripled your profits since you've met us? Is that an accurate statement?
That is accurate.
And again, you are the founder of bunkylife.com?
That's me.
And that is a real beard. It's not a hologram?
It's a fake beard.
Fake beard. Okay. Everything else is real enough. So again, folks, I know David. He's a great guy. He's been to our office in Tulsa, Jerusalem. I promise you, if he can do it, you can do it too. If you're out there today and you've got the mental capacity and the tenacity needed to succeed, you can do it. All you got to do is take that first step. So I got 2 calls to action for you today, everybody. One, go to bunkylife.com. What was the website? bunkylife.com. bunkylife.com. Not Bunker Life. That's an entirely different Mark Zuckerberg kind of a theme. Go to bunkylife.com. When you go to bunkylife.com, you can learn more about buying a bolt-on bedroom, custom cabin. It's a way to add on some additional space on your place in an affordable way. Look at these things. These things are so hot, you're going to burn your retina. It's like a solar flare clicking on the button. Look at the product. You click on the products button. Ow, seared my eyeball. It's unbelievable. These specials are so hot, bunkylife.com. Second is if you have not scheduled a free consultation to learn how to get a check up, kind of from your neck up, learn how to grow your business, how to do a profound turnaround, you can schedule a 13-point assessment to learn more about our business growth consulting, or you can attend one of our in-person Thrive Time Show workshops. On part 2 of today's show, Ryan Wimpy of Tip Top Canine. Again, his name is?
Ryan Wimpy.
Ryan Wimpy of Tip Top Canine. How do you spell it? It's WIMPEY. So Ryan Wimpy of Tip Top Canine joins us on part 2 of today's show to talk about how the business workshops have impacted his life, his business, and have helped him to dramatically change his mindset and his business. David Frazier, thank you so much for carving out time. We'll talk to you next week.
We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up my good friend Ryan Wimpy, and his dog, Odin. This dog has the ability to eat me, so I'm sort of concerned. I'll pass the mic to you. And Odin, you can have your own mic if you want, whatever you want, Odin. Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of Odin.
Hi, I'm Ryan Wimpy.
And I'm Rachel Wimpy, and the name of our business is Tip Top Canine.
Our business is a dog training business. We help people with behavioral issues and teach their dog how to listen. When I was learning to become a dog trainer, we didn't learn anything about internet marketing or advertising or anything at all. Just dog training. And that's what's so great about working with Clay and his team, because they do it all for us.
So that we can focus on our passion, and that's training dogs. Clay and his team here, they're so enthusiastic. Their energy is off the charts. Never a dull moment here at Thrive.
We've been working with Clay and his team for the last 5 months, 2 of which have been our biggest months ever. 1, our biggest gross by 35%. Clay's helped us make anything from brochures to stickers, new business cards, new logos, scripts for phones, script for email, script for text message, scripting for everything.
How I would describe the weekly meetings with Clay and his team are awesome. They're so effective. It's worth every minute. Things get done. We'll ask for things like different flyers, and they're done before our hour is up. So it's just awesome, extremely effective.
If you don't use Clay and his team, you're probably going to be pulling your hair out, or you're going to spend half of your time trying to figure out the online marketing game and producing your own flyers and marketing materials, print materials, all the stuff like that. You're really losing a lot as far as lost productivity and lost time. Not having a professional do it, it has a real sense of urgency and that actually knows what they're doing when you already have something that's your core focus that you already know how to do.
You would also be missing out with all the time and financial freedom that you would have working with Clay and his team.
We would recommend Clay and his team to other business owners because they need to be working on their business, not just trying to figure out the online game, which is complex and changing daily. So no one has a marketing team too. Most people don't. They can't afford one, and their local web guy or a local person that they know probably can't do everything that a whole team and a whole floor of people can do in hours and not just weeks or months. There's a definite sense of urgency with Clay and his team. I used to have to ride other web people, really ride them to get stuff done, and stuff is done so fast here, and there's a real sense of urgency to get it done.
My name is Rachel Wimpy, and I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've learned so much. My head, I feel like, is about to explode. But a lot that I've taken away from it is the working on your business instead of in your business, because I have the tendency to just want to do it all myself. And that's one thing that Clay really teaches, is to have systems in place that you don't have to be there running it, and your business can actually run without you. It's just awesome. It's like a entrepreneur playground. It's amazing here. So it's really awesome. A fun atmosphere, lots of cool stuff, lots of fun quotes. It's just a really cool place to be. Clay's presentation and his style is so different than most. It's been really one-on-one. He takes the time to just kind of answer your questions about your business rather than just a generic answer. He'll personalize it for different people's businesses, because everybody's is different, but at the same time you implement those very same systems that he's discovered throughout all of the businesses he's ran, and it's just a lot of good information, really good presentation. If you don't come, you're just going to be missing out on so much actually applicable, knowledge that's applicable rather than just accounting information. It's very hands-on. The Thrive 15 conference has been great because there is no real upsell. He's not pushing anything down our throats. I've gone with several different, I've gone to different conferences before where my husband and I have been upsold over and over and over and over again, and they've just been pushing that down our throats, and it's, you know how it is, it's annoying. And so there's none of that here. It's been really nice. Most business conferences are very, very expensive, and to just go and then get upsold again to spend even more money. This one's very affordable. It's definitely worth it. It'll completely change your mindset. It'll change your life. It's definitely worth it.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? Is when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap!
All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap!
Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
There's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes, and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there
Okay.
that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, you know, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap.
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. That takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
But can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my case, my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
You know, that's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have name of the clock? It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
buy the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And then they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also, we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that You guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster. And so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't. Without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said the most effective executives make one decision a year. what you do is you make a decision. What is your system? And then you work like the dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today, and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems, and you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011, maybe, or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met. How did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah. Well, we had that speaking thing that.
There it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all, but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are a call to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life, that standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. Every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay, I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.